Tim here at Camper Trailer of the Year 2022, powered by Red Arc. Now today we're looking at a tray-back Isuzu D-Max. Now I've looked at plenty of Isuzus in the past. You'll find some links for other reviews below. Now why a tray-back? As a camper, I think it's a much more versatile vehicle for loading lots of gear, but it still carries the same tow capacity and a slightly higher payload even. Let's get into the details.
We've reviewed nearly all of the D-Max and MUX ranges, from the top spec X-Terrain Ute to the top spec LST MUX. For sister channel Caravan World, I've towed vans weighing up to 3,000 kilos, and for camper, I've done thousands of Ks towing our Opus OP4 camper, as well as a heap more at events like Camper Trailer of the Year. So yeah, I think I can give an opinion on the D-Max. If you are fleet buying, there's a low spec ute that starts at around $58,000 drive away. That's the LSM. For the top spec X-Terrain, it has a drive away a bit over $65,000. And for the LSU trayback we're driving now, it'll set you back about $68,000. Yes, the X-Terrain is still the bargain of the range, and coming with all the options, it's still the one I'd go with. But it's with a well side only. So what of the trayback? You'd get it for two reasons. You want to haul loads, or because you can buy it without a tray and go and get something flash like the P-Core canopy we saw at Camper Trailer of the Year. The other reason you'd go the trayback is payload. When this generation of D-Max came out, one thing that most models shared was an over 1,000 kilo payload, and the LSU without the factory tray can handle as much as 11,040 kilos, thanks to the factory fitted heavy duty springs. What you're looking at here is about 900 kg of bricks, and although the rear sagged a bit, it stayed off the bump stops and the front stayed down. Isuzu reckons the tray weighs about 80 kg, so this ute on paper can take a fair bit more, but keep an eye on your gross vehicle mass, as all up the most this ute and your gear can weigh is 3,100 kilos. And this LSU crew cab's curb weight is 1,960 before the tray goes on.
Now one of the reasons why I really do love the Isuzu is the 3-litre turbo diesel that's under the bonnet.
Warranty is 150,000 Ks or 6 years.
So that's a bargain in my mind. It's pretty powerful. 450 Newton meters is available from 1600 RPM. So it'll pull away from the lights pretty well. 6-speed automatic transmission behind it in this one. It is a four-wheel drive. You can drop it into low obviously, and you can drop it into high up to 100 k an hour. So it's pretty handy if you're on the beach and it gets a bit slippery. When this ute first launched, it scored an impressive 5-star ANCAP safety rating. And part of the reason why is it has a lot of passive safety technology, like collision avoidance, lane departure assist, you name it. But also got a massive interior upgrade. One of the cool things is it has reach and height adjustable steering, which is pretty uncommon in a ute, and Apple CarPlay, which for me is now a must-have. So you can obviously play the music you want to listen to, flick through different apps for maps and bits and pieces. It's really good. Driving a D-Max, like I said before, it's really comfortable. The reach and height adjustment of the steering wheel gives you a really good place to sit.
Power-wise, there are 450 Newton meters of torque available from as low as 1600 RPM.
Now we've towed a lot with D-Maxes and MUXs over the years, and we find that fuel economy wise with a camper is around 12 litres per 100, and with a Caravan you can sort of see 15 to 18 depending on the size of the Caravan. In terms of off-road credibility, the D-Max and MUX sister are pretty good. They've both got selectable full drive off a rotary knob just on the dash, and you can select between high 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive at up to 100 k an hour. So great if you're on the beach and it starts to feel a bit slippery. Now if you're up in the bush and you put it into low range, it turns off most of the safety technology, and you do have a rear diff locker as standard on the 4-wheel drive models as well. Vision is pretty good. It does have quite thick A-pillars, which is part of the reality of getting a 5-star ANCAP rating. Now it does also come standard with a rear view camera, which is high def and goes through the screen on the dash, which is excellent for hitching up.
In the LSU, LST and X-Terrain, the screen is 9 inches. In the base model LSM, it's 7. Seats wise, the X-Terrain has by far the best in the range, being fully electric for the driver and heated for both front seats. The X-Terrain also has a black roof lining that I personally like, while the high-spec models get extra speakers too.
If you've got a current generation D-Max and you've been driving for a while, you will have noticed the lane keep assist. Now if you're towing, that can be a little bit of an annoyance. So with the latest facelift, Isuzu have introduced a 2-second hold of the little steering wheel button on the steering wheel, and it will turn it all off. Now, if you don't have a brand new D-Max, but you do have a current gen, you can go to a dealer, either Mazda or Isuzu, and they will quickly program it for you. Isuzu is winning awards left, right and centre. Drive gave the double cab D-Max Ute of the Year 2 years running, and Ozroma awarded both the MUX and D-Max an award. And also, Isuzu topped Roy Morgan's Customer Satisfaction Awards. So it's not just me who likes what Isuzu has done with the platform. For me, it's about fuel efficiency, simplicity and reliability, which is why I love these cars. If you're looking for a ute for some work and play, or a family car that can tow, you won't go wrong with an Isuzu.